Hi, Mom. I was at school today, and I was telling some of my friends how we've been in service, out in service, giving invitations to the memorial.
That's great. You were telling your friends at school about that, Parker.
So I was trying to explain what the memorial is all about, but it got really hard for me to explain. I mean, and I know what the memorial is all about, but it still just got really hard. Can you help me?
Of course, I'd love to help you, honey.
Thanks, Mom. So I told them that Jesus died for us so we can live on earth forever one day. It was mostly the part about the bread and wine that got hard to explain, though.
Okay, well, first, do you remember what the bread and the wine stand for?
Yes. The wine stands for Jesus' blood and the bread stands for Jesus' body.
Very good. So the bread stands for his body that he gave up so that we could have everlasting life one day. And the wine stands for his blood that would give us forgiveness of our sins.
So then shouldn't we all take the bread and wine?
Well, not exactly. Why don't we look up some scriptures that'll help us understand? Let's look at one in Luke 22. And we'll do 19, 20, and 30. It's Luke 22. 19 says, "Also he took a loaf, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to them, saying, 'This means my body, which is to be given in your behalf. Keep doing this in remembrance of me.' Also the cup in the same way after they had the evening meal. He sang, 'This cup means the new covenant by virtue of my blood, which is to be poured out in your behalf.'" And then 30 says, "That you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom and sit on thrones to judge the 12 tribes of Israel." So here it was saying that those would be in heaven with Jesus and they would rule as kings with him. Those would be the ones that were partaking of the wine and the bread. They're also referred to as the little flock in Luke 12:32. Do you want to read that?
Sure.
It's Luke 12:32.
It says, "Have no fear, little flock, because your Father has approved of giving you the kingdom."
Very good. Now, I know you already know how many go to heaven, but why don't we just look it up anyways in Revelation 14, 1 and 3, or 1 through 3. Can you read that too? So, Revelation 14, 1 through 3.
"And I saw and looked the Lamb standing upon Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 standing, having his name and the name of his Father written on their foreheads. And I heard a sound out of heaven as the sound of many waters, and as the sound of a loud thunder. And the sound I heard was as of singers who accompany of themselves on the harps, as playing their harps, and they are singing as a new song before the throne and before the 4 living creatures. And the elders, and no one was able to master that song but the 144,000 who have been bought from the earth."
Good job. So how many does it say will go to heaven and rule with Jesus?
It says 144,000 who have been bought from the earth.
Very good. So only the anointed ones, or those 144,000, would be the ones that would partake of the wine and the bread at the memorial.
Well, if we don't even get to take the bread and the wine, then why do we even bother?
Well, like we talked about earlier, Jesus died for us too. Because of him, we have the hope of everlasting life on paradise earth, where we'll have no sin, no sickness, and even no death. So these are things we can think about when we're at the memorial. And also when we go, it shows that we appreciate the sacrifice Jesus made for us and all the wonderful gifts that Jehovah gives us.
That does make sense. I think I want to invite my friend Lily to come at the memorial, if that's okay with her, Mom.
That's a great idea. Let's make sure they got an invitation.
Okay, I should go do my homework now.
That's a good idea, too.